What's up, everybody? Trying to do another one of these. Trying a different method this time. Doing this directly on my phone. This video is actually going to be a lot shorter than I actually thought it would be. I thought it was going to be probably closer to 20 minutes. I think it'll probably be like 10 minutes. Maybe even shorter after I do my final editing. But I decided to include two of my warm-up sets at the beginning for squats because I woke up on Monday morning hurting bad. My right groin was super tight, hurt really bad, and my right hip and my right lower back were all messed up, and it's from stuff that I did last week that was a lot of overcompensation for things that I thought I was doing incorrectly. So Monday was about taking it slow, really slow, and focusing on only a few things. So for squats, it was bracing, a lot of bracing, and depth. I warmed up with box squats, primarily to make sure that I was getting correct depth, but also to give myself a chance to stretch out my groin and my hips a little bit by squatting from a resting position at the bottom of the movement. So and I think that helped quite a bit. And again, if this is only my second video, but last week I talked about how I'm not doing these videos necessarily to help as a way to help anybody, though it would be great if it ended up helping somebody. It's more so a way for me to track my own progress, but also use the internet as a massive coach. So I'm looking to you experts out there that actually know what's going on, because I know I don't. So this is my first working set, it looks like, 275. I hit sets of 4 all morning, except for my fourth one. I only did 3. But these felt better than I thought they would, especially due to my condition that morning. I made sure that at the end of every set I was leaving 1 rep in the tank, because purpose isn't to go to failure for me, so just kind of monitoring it. Added a new camera angle. I don't know if I included one like this last week, but I don't think I did for squats. Thought I'd keep an eye on my sort of how my legs travel as I lower the bar. And for the most part, they're usually okay. I noticed that towards the last few reps rather, my feet start to shift a bit more. It's not something I'm focusing on right now, unless it becomes a big problem, just because I am trying to keep my focus on depth and bracing, keeping my focus on as few things as possible. So I think this might be either my last or my second last set for squats. I was feeling this was probably one of the better squat workouts I've had in at least a month. Last week I took a deload week and it really helped out, even though it was not a good deload week. I got to recover and I got to focus on form, but it was one of those things where I was thinking about too many things at once, and it totally screwed me up last week. But because I had that bad experience last week, coming into this week was easier to kind of pick up and just squat and focus on very few things. And the same goes with deadlift, and partially true for bench as well. Yeah, you can see I'm taking really big breaths, and I'm really trying to focus on bracing through the entire movement, because one of the problems that I've noticed kind of over the last few weeks is that I'll brace, but then by the time I'm like a third of the way up, like right there, I'll lose my brace. And even on that rep, it probably was imperfect. Trying to film bench again. This is not something I've normally ever done. So I don't know about this camera angle. but let me know what you think. Something that I've been working on the last week and a half, maybe actually probably longer than that, is my elbows. My elbows are flaring out, and it's something that the solution that I realized didn't happen until the end of this workout. This was Tuesday. I realized that if I engaged my lats and I kind of thought about bending the bar and then bringing it down toward me, it actually helped keep my elbows in. I don't have a video of when I figured this out, so this is mostly me just struggling through my workout. I was also messing with hand position. Hand position is something that I started playing with last week. I tried to move my hands in a finger width in, a little closer, a little narrower, because I thought it would help me keep my elbows in. It actually ended up screwing me up even more because I was putting more weight on my more weight on my shoulders, which wasn't good because I had actually messed up my right shoulder last week doing something. Like I couldn't even open my my blinds or even open my door with my right arm. So it didn't affect bench that much, oddly enough, but definitely felt it when I brought my grip in. So when I was working, like I think this set actually my grip was probably in closer than I wanted it to be. What I ended up doing was bumping my grip out from where it came in. I ended up bumping it out about half a finger width. So it was in between what I was used to and what I had learned bench with, and it was kind of between that and relatively narrow. So I tried. I'm still trying to figure out the right tempo for me to practice between actually strength building and then also knowing and developing that competition style bench. So that was a struggle. 275 single rep competition style, or the best that I could. And I don't know if you watched last week's video, but this is you'll notice that we got a new rack. And new weights, round weights. So now I don't have to freak out about those damn hexagonal, octagonal weights rolling into me. And they're smaller than the round plates, which is nice too. Deadlift actually felt pretty decent. My spine wasn't flexing as much as I thought it was. Wearing a darker shirt helped too to kind of balance out the contrast with the bright ceiling. And I don't know if I really focused on it much when I was warming up, but during my working sets I really focused on kind of breaking the floor with a solid brace. And I'll explain that in a second. Breaking the floor with a solid brace and then driving with my hips as soon as I broke it off the floor. So what I meant by breaking with a solid brace is that I wanted to I wanted to have a really good base, and then I wanted my brace in my abdominal wall and my quads to kind of work in conjunction to break the weight off the floor. And as soon as the weight was off the floor, I was flexing my glutes to push it forward. That one was a little slower, so it might not have been as apparent, but I was really trying to focus on that. This last set was chalk, hook grip, still working on hook grip, callousing my thumbs and stuff. I can do singles fine. I can do 435 fine with no straps, but still trying to do more than 3 reps in a row without having to. Just kidding. I guess I'm still wearing straps in this one. But yeah, I'm still trying to get used to being able to do multiple reps without the straps and using hook grip only. So I'm coming over from using alternate grip. As the video wraps down, I want to remind you that I'm also a relatively avid gamer. So if you are a gamer and you are either interested in fitness or into fitness and you want to talk about it, that'd be awesome. I'll include my Twitch channel in the description. Not that I have that many followers, but if you follow me, I'll go on and we can talk. I'll make time. So yeah, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you have any feedback, if you have any critiques, please leave them. I'm learning, and you're my best source of knowledge. So I'll try to. This video unfortunately probably won't go up until Thursday. So I had a late night on Wednesday, but we'll try to get it up, and I'll try to get next week's video up on next Wednesday. So thank you all, and hopefully I'll see you next week.